rushed to do so that he went to, after being ordered by King, to Concord and tried to get it pushed through and got in trouble for it, got convicted judicially for it. Now, well, that's not Diane Fenton, but would you get a new puppy without talking to your wife? There's also a show called Better Call Saul, really good. They get married. Why? So they don't have to tell on each other. The privilege. They both don't have the same names. I don't know why. It's a little weird. So when that happened, when Prevett got in trouble, I never got a trial. That was September 5th, 2023. I went there and he would not let me present evidence, would not let me call witnesses, would not let me cross-examine the witness. And then he canceled the other hearing. It was a default. It was supposed to be a 2-day trial. I did everything that they were supposed to do. This is what happened in the family court. First appearance was not before both parties or before a judge. Mediation was never ordered. Moving party never met her mandatory Rule 1.25 requirements. Assets and wealth were never considered or disclosed. That's required by the Uniform Support Liability Act of like 1956, RSA 546:5. Domestic violence protection orders were fraudulent, not properly heard. Record was not corrected for DV or parenting. The moving party did not fill out a child guidelines worksheet, yet they assigned me, someone who has much more assets, violating the law, by the way.
Make the nexus to our nominee here shortly.
The nexus is to the nominee is that these people are together. These are violations of law. Judge Prevett did not get in trouble when I reported him to Mary Barton. Rule 38 of the U.S. Supreme Court, 2.15, is a requirement to report judicial misconduct and professional misconduct to clerks too. It wasn't until he went to Concord and the clerk reported him. Out of his jurisdiction, Manchester is a den of corruption. It's the largest city in the state. Hillsborough is the largest, wealthiest county. It's a den of corruption. So much so, Gordon MacDonald actually wrote a letter in 2020 to the Hillsborough prosecutors saying, this is a mess. You guys got to fix it. I can provide that letter, but it doesn't matter because you guys possibly have already made up your mind, texting people and doing all that other stuff because you already made up your mind. Politics, Democrats, Republicans, they're the same. Same pot of gold. It's a duopoly. There's no accountability in the government. You cannot sue a judge and win, except for Judge Prevett right now is being sued federally, and our state's paying for that. Very short judge. Again, he's not a horrible person, but the conflicts are the most important things. I could go on and on. He convicted me of a crime without due process, using rules of evidence, and discarded my testimony. I have not seen my children in over 3 years for a fraudulent protection order basis, and I'm suing the lawyer that is physically and mathematically impossible, fraud, and they went to the police and there was no arrest, no probable cause. It was done by lawyers. Lawyers are the problem. It's an inbred system of thought. It's a retardation of justice. Diane Fenton, while she may be a good person, and then you also heard about this lady's child that they're trying to steal from her. And then you hear about what's going on in Ireland somewhere with, this is just another level. At one point, we actually soldered women's private parts so they could not have babies in the state of New Hampshire, called eugenics.
Please reel this in.
Okay, you need to get to the point.
We did. It was eugenics, and it was a law. We did it to thousands of people. And that's what Hitler,
Okay.
right?
Just wrap it up here with focusing on this nominee.
So what I'm saying is that we're going to look at this at some other time, and you give everybody else all this other time. We're going to look at our court system as how ridiculous it is. It is, so the person advocating should not be intertwined with the courts. It should not be intertwined professionally, knowing people, because they're going to protect the people professionally, not the children.
Okay.
They want children. That's what they want. She literally has a child who the mother does not want to give up the child, and they're using state coercion to take the child, a 4-year-old, from a mother. They're taking children out. I do want to make one last point, because I need to go.
Going to give you 30 more seconds.
I'm the only person who got any time limit, by the way. Close your eyes and picture someone paying child support. Is that person a man? Yes, it is. So much so, the courts are required by Title 4D to ensure due process and no discrimination. In the state of New Hampshire, by the state's numbers, 86.4% of all men are the ones who are awarded child support. So you have bias against men, and then when the women get biased against them or for them, it is when they are not as politically connected as perhaps her, someone who doesn't speak perfect English and is an easy target to take children from.
Okay.
I will answer any questions.
Questions for Robert?
That's okay.
Thank you, Robert.
Please make a good decision, and I don't like your attitude, Mrs. Stevens.